deck number 2. Now, here's a fundamental problem, and I'm going to show you guys this. This is going to be a little rant and raving on this one, but the reason why is because you'll find out that not all decks are built the same, okay? And not all people who build them build the same. Now, here's the boards I pulled off. Now, I want you guys to bear with me, okay? Now, if you look at these boards, okay? Here's the back side, here's the painted side, okay? Now, I want you to look and see what I see. Hopefully the sun will glare out, but you see these brad nails? Let me get out of it. There we go. All right, you see this brad nail there? You see that brad nail there? And you see this brad nail there, right? Okay, 3 brad nails. And that was all they used to put this board up. See? Right down the center. And guess what happened? This is actually a little bit better. See the brad nails down there? They shot brad nails down the center of this board, and that's all they did. Now, how in the world can you possibly do that and not secure this board up against this deck? Now, here's a perfect example of what happens. See how this board got turned, bent, warped? Okay? See all the nastiness? Now, I'm going to show you the effects. This deck's got tile on it, okay? They used a 3/4 board here, and then some sort of sub rock board, and then he put tile, okay? This is some sort of rock backer board for the tile. All right, now there's an overlap here, okay? See how it overlaps? So what they did is they took this 1x8 board and they lipped it up to here, and you can see the line. So here's the extent of it. They're covering this, okay? Now, they're only using a couple of brad nails. But look what happened. Remember I told you this thing was soaking wet? Well, it's still wet. Look at this. Look how funky that is, man. See? They only put it together with brad nails. Now, I left this for a reason, because you can see pine trees and plants growing behind this fascia board they put up and the actual frame of the deck. See? Look at it. Look at it growing. Plants are growing behind this thing. And all they used is brad nails. And look at the overlap. Look at the overlap. And they tried to bring the board up to here, so there's this huge gap. There's a gap underneath the fascia board, okay? So it's going to collect all kinds of trash and debris. And then over time, since this stuff's not treated, it's just regular old pine board. Here's a perfect example. Look at all the accumulation of trash. Look at this garbage. I mean, this is just stupid. I mean, just stupid. The way they built this. So I've got to clean all this up. I thought this would be dry, but it's not dry. It hasn't rained in 24 hours. But I need to get all this mud, pine, debris, pull these brad nails out. And this house is not that old. This is a big house, man. Big, fancy house. Look at this thing. Look at this place. Okay? And another thing I'm going to show you real quick here is this. This is crazy, too. They built this entire thing, this handrail, with brad nails. And what it did was, it fell down. Okay? It completely separated. And you can see the gap. See the gap? It's not even straight. The cuts are wrong. It doesn't even match. So what happens is that they miscalculated they're cut. This 4x4 post should actually be cut up higher, so it'll be flush in here. But look at the gap. Nothing but brad nails. And then he used a thin board, then he used a 2x4. So this whole thing fell down. I re-secured it with big deck screws, and then I put a block under here so it wouldn't sag anymore, okay? So the whole deck, really, all the pickets, the turns, the handrails, the 4x4s, everything is just poorly constructed. I mean, absolutely poorly constructed. And if you don't believe me, I want you to take a look at that. Now this 6x6 right here is twisting. It's twisting this way. It's separating, and you can see the brad nails are separating and pulling away. See? Look at the big gap in here now. All the screen is pulling out. All these little trim lat boards they use, they're all cracked, twisted, and it's a mess. See, it's all cracked. See, it's all cracking. Let me see if I can show you more. See? Just lousy work. Poor quality all the way around. And look at this. This is actually pulling away so bad. Look at this. See all the tile work? I mean, really, in reality, this is a real garbage build. It's just absolutely sloppy. This would never stand the test of time, ever. You know, and this house is not even 10 years old. It's it's piss poor. It's piss poor work. Okay. All right. This is deck number 2. I really don't even know how much more work I'm going to do on this. She wants me to go all the way with it, but I would almost have to strip most of the fascia board off this and all the trim off the screened-in porch. There's a lot of work here, a lot of stupid little work, and you know, restoring decks is one of my primary things I love doing. But when I see this kind of work, it kind of pisses me off, because you know, this is a $700,000 house, and you know, why in the world would they be allowed to build such garbage and put a price tag like this on this poor quality work? It's just upsetting. It really is upsetting. And I showed the homeowner this, and she's upset too. But another thing too is I want to show you something weird. Hold on. Look at this gutter. Whoever stained this put so many different colors of paint on the gutter. It doesn't even match. I mean, just, again, some stupid stuff all the way around. This is one of the worst built decks I've seen in a long time. Every half step, half measure that you can possibly take, they did it here. All right, guys. Let me clean up the wood, pull these brad nails. I'm thinking about going back with vinyl, but in reality, this overlap problem is a problem. I don't know what to do with that yet, because I can't take a grinder and grind that whole, you know, all that edge off. That's stupid. So I've got to figure out some sort of some trim. Put the board underneath the lip. So what I'm going to do is this. I think this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to create a new design. I'm going to only come up to here with the 1x8, okay? And then what I'll do is I'll put another stock of wood on top, because I want to get flush under here, but then I've got to cover this. So I'll put like maybe a 2-inch board across here, and then just create another design. So I think that's what I'm going to do. It's smarter construction, and also I can caulk it tighter, and you know, take some the second, in other words, this first board, put it here underneath this lip. Put the second board up here, and then on the top, put some sort of a concrete sealer or some sort of silicone to where the water won't get in behind the wood anymore, because that's the primary thing, is the water draining behind the boards. And as you can see what the effects are. I mean, that's so obvious. And it won't take long before it'll rot all that out. Okay? All right, enough ranting and raving. Enough ranting and raving. And now, the deck that I'm going to be doing in about a week or two from now in Briar Creek. These are these little, I don't even know what kind of houses they are. There's these square box, 2-story, single-family unit type homes, and this deck is destroyed. I mean, it is absolutely destroyed, and the house is not even 9 years old. They used indoor flooring board, tongue and groove. They didn't put a vapor barrier, rubber vapor barrier down below, so it's rotted through the subfloor. This is on a second floor, so I got to figure that out. I've already talked to the guy, I already met the guy, I've already seen the deck, and I told him, I said, we need to re-engineer this one too. And he was a little skeptical about that, but I told him what the downside if we don't. If we go back to the way they built it, it's going to be a screw up another 9 years, and he agreed with that. So, all right, guys. Leave those comments. Let me know what you think about this. This is terrible. This is just one of those times where you know, it makes you scratch your damn head on you know, these people out there building these houses. You know, and I see it all the time. I know you guys have chimed in and left your comments about this kind of stuff all the time too. And you know, if I saw people building my house this way, I would have a heart attack. Okay, let me get out of here. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Lousy work, man.